Hey you guys, welcome to Crafting with Giulia. I'm Giulia and I'm so glad you tuned in today. If you enjoy my video, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you can be notified of all my newly released videos. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I invite you to join my Facebook group called Crafting with Giulia's Creative Community, where you can be part of my crafting family. All of these links are in the description box below. Today I'm so excited to bring you 4 DIYs for making pumpkins, but I'm super excited because I'm collaborating with Ash from Crafts with Ash DIY and Decor. She is one of my favorite YouTubers. She's super talented. So after you've viewed my video, please go on over to her channel and show her some love. The link to her channel is in the description below. Pumpkin, which is made with Dropcloth rags. Now, the center of this pumpkin is this hair donut that I got from Dollar Tree. Okay, we're going to use a hair donut. And I ripped strips of drop cloth and I soaked them in tea to get that tea stain. So you need some rags, drop cloth strips. You'll need the donut. I like to use these miter shears. This is to cut the stem for the pumpkin. And I have some faux leaves and a little twirly thing that I made. So let's get started. So to start, you're going to start with one piece, put some glue on the end, and you're going to stick it in the hole of the donut, like that. Now you're going to take your piece, you're going to turn it, and just keep turning it, and turn it, and then stick it through the hole. And now you're going to turn it, just keep turning it, and stick it through the hole. See what I'm doing here? You just take it and turn it, and keep turning it. Take it and turn it, and then when you come to the end, you're going to put some glue on it, on the end of the rag, of the drop cloth, and you're going to stick it through the hole to secure it. Okay, now you're going to have like little openings. You see that? You just want to take it and just finagle your drop cloth so that those holes don't show. So you just want to bring them together like that. And just put a little glue in there so that it stays. So you just want to stick a little glue in there, squeeze it together so that it stays, and you won't see any of the black. Okay, like that. That's what you should have. So just keep doing that until you come to the end. So we're going to take another piece. We're going to put some glue on the drop cloth. We're going to put it into the hole. And then we're going to just keep twirling it. Twirl it around, push it through the hole, twirl it around. So now I'm just going to go around and close up all of the holes that I see. Make sure there's no black showing through. Okay, and then now that's what you end up with. Now we're going to make a stem, and I am using, you could either use a wine cork, you could use felt, you could use twine. I am using a real stick, so I cut it with my miter shears. This is a great little tool. This is great for cutting dowels or sticks, anything that's, I would say, like 1/4 of an inch thick. All you do is you lay it on this piece right here and just snip it. See how easy that is? And then it comes with a safety latch that you just close. And is that a cool gadget? I've got this on Amazon. I'll put the link in my description below, just in case you're interested. So now we're going to put the stem in the center. So I'm going to put a little glue on there and stick it in our center. Okay, like that. And now I'm going to put some leaves on it. So, like I said, I got these leaves in the Dollar Tree. And we're just going to stick them in there like that. Stick one on the other side. Like that. Okay, so far so good. And these little twirly things, I make these with wire. So I just take the wire and I take a dowel and you just wrap the wire around the dowel and you'll end up with these little curly cues. So I'm just going to put some glue on the end of there. Put it in there. Is that not cute? Cute. It doesn't cost a lot of money to make, and it's so adorable. Could you picture these, like a bunch of them in a bowl for the fall season? Oh, I just love the way that turned out. That is so cute and so easy. Next up is a rustic twine pumpkin. We're going to make it out of twine. Now, I've already made some of my coils. You're going to need 20 of these. And I'm going to show you how I made them. So, you're going to take twine, and you need some wire, very thin, flexible wire. You're going to take 4 fingers, wrap the twine around 6 times very tightly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you're going to take the wire, go through the one end, and tightly secure the wire. Okay, you want it to be very, very tight. So I start it by twirling it, and then I'll get my needle nose pliers and really tighten that so that it's nice and tight. Okay, at this point, you're going to leave a tail. You want maybe a 3-inch tail. Cut the wire and then snip the twine. Okay, and there's your coil. All right, I'm going to do that one more time. So you're going to take 4 fingers, twirl it around, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take your wire, put it through, secure the wire tightly, take your pliers, make sure it's nice and tight, twirl it around. Then you're going to take your wire cutters, leave a tail, cut the twine, and then if you have these pieces, you want to cut that off. You don't want that sticking out. So if that happens, just cut that right off. Okay, so that leaves me with my 20 coils. Now, I got a thicker rope, and this is going to act as my stem, sorry. This is going to act as the stem in the middle. So I'm going to take each coil and I'm going to wrap it around the stem very tightly. Wrap it around. Okay, you're going to do this for all of the coils. You're going to take it, wrap it around the stem. Okay, so let's do this for all of the coils. You want to wrap it around the stem. You want it to be nice and tight. Okay, now that I have all of the coils attached to my stem, I'm just going to now finagle it so that it's all even. Okay, all right, now that's what you should have. Okay. Now we're going to get ready to do the leaves. So you're going to need some felt, and you're going to need the pattern that I have in the description below. You'll see the PDF for the pattern for the leaves. Now these leaves, you can make them any size you want. You just have to enlarge it on your printer. So these, I think I enlarged a little bit. So I'm just going to take them and trace them onto my felt. Use a black marker. Trace them onto my felt, and I'm using green felt. Okay, now we're just going to cut it out. Okay, so I have my felt. So I could put it on like that. See, that's how why I cut the notches, so that you can put them around your stem. Okay, so we're going to put it on like that. So I'm just going to get a little bit of glue. put it around the opening and then put it onto my stem. Same thing with this one. And I'm going to put it right there, put it onto my stem. Okay, so we have our leaves. All right, now we want the little curly-cue thing. So here's my little curly-cue, and I'll show you how I made this. So I take a wire. Now, if you don't have brown wire, I use a regular wire, and I just put floral tape around it. And then I take a dowel, and you just twirl it around the dowel. Just keep twirling it around. Like that. And then you have your curly-cue. Then you just open it up a little bit and you have your curly-cue. Okay, and that's what it looks like. Just cut that end off where the white shows. There. Okay, and that's your curly-cue. So we're going to now put this on, and I think I'll put it right there. Put a little glue. Put it right there. And then add a bow. So I already made this bow. I'm going to put my bow on right there. Okay, and there is our rustic twine pumpkin. Is that adorable? That is so cute. I'm going to make a number of these and put them on my mantle for the fall. Next up is an adorable cork pumpkin. I had so much fun making this because I had to drink a lot of wine, so I hope that you all appreciate all the wine I had to drink just to make this project. So it starts out with a lot of corks. So depending on how large you want your pumpkin, I'm going to tell you what the amount of corks that I did. So I start out with a row of 5, then I graduate to 6, then I graduate to 7, and then I descend back to 6, and then back to 5. And then I have 1 cork for the top, for the stem of the pumpkin. So taking your glue gun, you're just going to glue all the corks together. Now some corks have a purple, if it's red wine, it has purple on top. I'm going to leave it purple because I like that look. You can either paint all the sides orange, you can paint them whatever color you like. I'm going to go with some natural, some purple, and I'm going to paint some orange. So that's how I'm going to turn my corks. Okay, for instance, I have 2 purples. I'm going to just vary them. Okay, so there's my row of 5. Now I'm going to move on to my row of 6. 6. Now I'm going to go on to 7. Okay, and now I'm back to 6. And then back to 5. Okay, so now I have them all glued together. So now I'm going to glue them on top of each other. Now, you want to be mindful that they're going to overlap. So you want to put the glue on the bottom. You can go to the edge because the top one is going to be 6. So it's going to cover it like that. And the same thing with the next layer. You can go to the edge because it's going to cover it. Okay, put that on the top like that. All right, now you have to be careful because your corks are going to be set in, so you don't want to put the glue here. Okay, you want it to be only on the inner ones. Okay, we're going to set that like that, okay? And then the same thing with the top layer. You just want to do the inner ones. Okay, so that is all set. And now we're going to put our stem on the top. Right on the top. Okay, and now I am going to paint some of the corks orange, and I am using Pueblo in the Folk Art brand. So I'm just going to put a little bit of paint on my paper, and I'm just going to paint some of them. Like I said, you could either paint them all, you can leave them all natural, you can paint the purple ones if there's too many purple. And if you're not a wine drinker or you don't have that many corks, you could always purchase them on Amazon. I will leave a link in the description box below. So don't feel like you have to drink the wine. But I'm sure you can get your friends to help. This is such a fun project. And this is nice to give as a gift also. It's nice to put on your bar. So if you're going to someone's house for a cocktail party or just visiting, it's just a nice little gift to present to the hostess. Okay, so I'm finished with painting it. Now I want to add my little curly Q. So I think I will put that right there. Okay, and now I'm going to add a couple of leaves. So I got these from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to put some of them on, maybe right there. Yeah. And then maybe add a green one. Put that there. Okay, and that is done. That is our cute little cork pumpkin. Is that not adorable? I love it. We are ready for our fourth pumpkin, and this is going to be a fabric pumpkin filled with polyfill. So you're going to need some type of fabric. You're going to need polyfill. You are going to need a template for the size pumpkin that you want. You're going to need a needle and thread, a heavy thread. I'm using embroidery thread. And then you're going to need embellishments like the stem, bows, and felt for the leaves. It depends. The fabric, the size of the template depends on the size of the pumpkin that you want. For instance, this pumpkin here is a 4-inch pumpkin, and I used a 10-inch circle for that. This one here is a 5-inch pumpkin, and I used an 11-inch circle. So this here is my template. This is a 12-inch circle that I'm going to be using. This is a plate that I got from Dollar Tree, but it's 12 inches. So I'm going to use this as my template. And I'm assuming, judging by these measurements, I'm assuming this is probably going to come out to be a 6-inch pumpkin. We shall soon find out. Anyway, stay tuned to the end of this, because this is when I'm going to show you the special treat that I have for you. And it's a technique that I learned, and it is how to make the leaves and how to make these creases in the leaves. I don't know if you can see that. See those creases? I'm going to show you how to do that. This is velvet, and this I made out of felt. Okay, so I will show you that at the end. So let's get started. We are first going to cut our circle. So I'm going to lay the fabric out. Now this fabric here is, actually it has a side. So this is the right side of the fabric. So you're going to turn it over to the wrong side of the fabric. You're going to place your template on the pattern, and you're going to trace it. And now we're going to just cut the circle. Making these pumpkins is a great way to use up your scrap fabrics. Fabrics that I used, they're actually sample pieces. I redecorated my house and I did a lot of window treatments, so I had a lot of sample fabrics. And I like the warm tones, so it's perfect for fall projects. Okay, so now, like I said, you're going to need some strong thread. I use embroidery thread. The color doesn't matter because you're not going to see it. So what you want to do is, starting with the wrong side of the fabric, you want to just put the needle through, and we're going to run a stitch around the entire perimeter. Okay, so you're just going to go in and out like so, and make a stitch around the entire perimeter of the circle, okay? Okay, so once you have the stitch all around the perimeter, you are going to now close it up a little bit, like so, and now we're going to stuff it with polyfill. Okay, so you're going to grab a bunch of polyfill. And now you're just going to close it up by pulling the string. And there, it's all nice and closed. Okay, so we're just going to cut that off. And now you're just going to fix it up a little bit. Okay, so now we have our pumpkin. So that was a 12-inch circle, which makes a 6-inch pumpkin. Okay. Okay, now we're ready to embellish the pumpkin. So I'm going to use this as my stem for the pumpkin. Now, when, especially after it rains, I go outside and I pick up all the branches that fell. I have all of these branches, so I go and pick up all different sizes and I bring them home and I wash them and then I put them out in the sun to dry, and I have all of these that I use as my pumpkin stems. So this is the thickness that I'm going to use. So I'm going to make a hole in the center and I'm going to stick my stem right in the center. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the end and I'm going to make a little hole in the middle and stick it in. Okay, and that's going to be my stem. Now, this is what I wanted to show you. This is a technique that I saw. I actually saw it on on Pinterest. I'm sorry, on YouTube. So I'm going to take my leaves and I am going to trace them onto green velvet. Okay, I'm going to trace it onto the back side of the green velvet. I thought this was such a cool technique. I had never seen it before, and this is how to get the veins in your leaves. It's not an easy technique. It requires a candle, and I suggest that you have a bowl or a cup of water nearby, or do it by your sink, just in case, because we don't want to have any accidents. And above all, you want to protect your fingers. So I have my candle, I have some water, and I have my needle nose pliers. So I'm going to cut out my pattern. Okay, my pattern's cut out. So I'm going to light my candle. Now, you want to fold the leaf in half and make sure the point is even, like that. Then you're going to grab your pliers and you're going to hold it like that. Now, you're going to hold it close to the flame, but not on the flame. We just want to melt the fabric. We don't want to burn it. So, and you will see, get really close and you'll see your fabric begin to melt. And at that point is when you want to move it. You don't want to burn your fabric, okay? So see, I burned it just a little bit. That's okay, that's not going to show through. You just don't want to burn it. You just want to melt it. Okay, and just keep running it until it's melted. Okay, then you're going to open it up to see if you like. Okay, can you see? I have a nice vein. So now I'm going to do another vein. I'm going to fold it where, it's hard to, I'm going to fold it right here. So I'm going to fold it in right there. And again, I'm going to grab my pliers and hold it like that. And I'm going to just run it back and forth, close to the flame, but not on the flame. You just want to melt the fabric. You don't want to burn it, okay? Just going back and forth. And then open it up to see if that's how you like it. And I do. See, that's my second crease. And then I'm going to make a third crease. Okay, again, just going to run it along the flame, close to it, but not on it. Melt the fabric. Open it up to see if that's how you like it, and I do. I love it. And there's my veins. I'm going to do the same thing for the smaller leaf. So I'm going to fold it in half by the point, grab it with my pliers, and run it close to the flame and just melt the fabric. I'm going to open it up, see if I like it. I do. That came out great. And now I'm going to do the other two sides. Let's open it up and see. Perfect. Okay, the next step is the other side. See, that grabbed fire. Now, you don't want to do that. Be very careful. We managed to salvage it. Okay, so there's all my creases. So I'm going to blow out my candle, set that aside, and now we're ready to put the leaves on. So with the opening, you're going to go around the stem. Like that. Okay, so let's put a little bit of glue. And we're going to put it onto our pumpkin. Okay, and this one here, I think I'll put like that on the other side. So I'm going to take it, put it on the other side. Okay, nice. Okay, now we're ready for our little curly cube. So I am going to make one out of this thick dowel. We're just going to curl the wire around the dowel. And there's our stem. So I'm going to open up the middle because I want it to be 2. And we're going to put it out like that. Okay. And then close up using the pliers. I'm going to close this up. Okay, like that. And we're going to stick it on like that, right in there. Okay, so with my glue, put a little glue on the end, and let's put it right in there. Okay, that's what we have so far. Now we're ready for our bow. So I already made this bow here with brown ribbon, and I am going to put this embellishment in the middle. Now, I bought these embellishments on Amazon. These are great. I love them because they make such a nice presentation. It comes in a box. There's 44 pieces in the box. I'll leave a link in the description for this. But look at all these embellishments. Aren't they great? All of these embellishments, and they're made, they have a flat side so that you can put them on the middle of your bow, or on a, if you're doing a doll, on a shoe, on the lapel. Look how nice these are. This is the one I'm using. That's this one here. So it comes with this flower. I love these. So the link will be in the description below. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the center and put it on my bow. Let that set. And then I'm going to put my bow on. And let's see. I'll put it right there. Put some glue on the bow. And I'm going to put the bow right there. Okay, and there's our fabric pumpkin. This is great because you could use all of your scrap fabrics, and they make such a nice presentation. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. If you have any comments, I would love to hear about them. Please comment, feel free. And ring the bell to be notified of any new videos that I have coming out. Happy crafting! Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again real soon. Happy crafting!